This one will be rather important. So what happened? Clickbait is dead. YouTube has changed. Engage or die. What has happened? Basically, YouTube changed something that it's basically like a shadow update. Nobody noticed. All I know is that now you have to engage with YouTube videos. Like, comment, or subscribe for it to be apparently counted as a view. That is all I know. This is by Gothic Therapy, so we'll look at it. Yeah, we'll just jump in. I think that this basically what that means is if you're a passive viewer, that means, for example, you just, I don't know, for example, you love listening to video essays, right? And you watch them passively, right? While you're like doing your homework, doing something, right? Doing I don't know, chores, whatever it is, right? You're working on something, whatever it is, and you don't like the video, you don't comment on it, you don't subscribe, then there's no engagement. Basically, you can no longer be a passive viewer. I don't get it. I don't know what that's supposed to work, especially considering that there's more and more people nowadays watching on TV. I think 7% of you guys watch my videos on your TV, which is surprising, actually. Like, it's like split between, like, the majority is like split between like mobile and PC. And 7% are just TV, which is really interesting. Who of you is doing that? Let's just see. Let's see what happened here. Let's just jump in.
Something is wrong on YouTube. Sure, people have said that before, and they'll say it again, but lately channels across...
That could also explain the random drop I had, especially during, in May. I had a weird drop of, like, everything. Watch time drop, even though I made the same amount of videos, and I pretty much got, at least number-wise, when I look at my videos, they are performing the same, so that's one. Views dropped, and in general the engagement dropped. So I don't know. That could be attributed to that, but it was just weird. Every month was fine. I had worse months, and it's still the same. Like it was still performing better. So something is clearly off. TV watching sucks because you can't yap in the comments. Yeah, I could see that, but apparently a lot of people, or more and more people, are doing that.
The platform are reporting the same thing. A sudden, brutal drop in views.
So I'm not wrong. So I am actually right. A sudden drop. I am correct.
Subs and engagement. Maybe it made you wonder if you were out of touch. Maybe you thought you did something wrong and YouTube was punishing you.
That is what I thought. I thought, like, maybe I got copyrighted too often, and then stuff dropped. That is... I feel like that. I was, like, really, like, what the fuck is going on? I went from, like, an average of, like, 70k, almost 100k. I had just, like, in April, I had a month with a whopping 100k views a month. And then it's like, it took a nosedive of like 60k views. I don't know how that happened. It is really odd. Yeah, copyright, basically, as far as I understood, is if a video gets copyrighted, then your channel gets flagged, basically, for a while. It's just weird. It's just weird. Basically, like, if you get copyrighted. Not a strike, not to confuse with a strike. I didn't get struck. Don't worry. Otherwise, I would not be streaming or uploading or whatever. Yeah, that happens apparently. So the nosedive in numbers might be from that, and I didn't do anything wrong.
But dig deeper, and you'll find the truth. It was never you. YouTube changed the rules and hoped no one would notice. The era of clickbait is over. Welcome to the new YouTube. Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I am joined by my lovely wife,
Riding Raven, and welcome.
I think these two are they cover a lot of like how do I put this? anti-woke stuff in general. But I think these two are such a cute YouTube couple. They're like the same as what's she called? Lifu and her husband. They're like really cute. I love the rise of a general couple content creators that do anything but family stuff. I really love that. I really love that weird change I've been seeing. How YouTube seems to be scared of its rising stars, so they cut their wings a bit. Either that, or they like to cut. Basically, they want to make sure that smaller creators make less money. Maybe it's that. Because I could probably assume that there's like a bit like that the amount of like smaller creators take like a lot of money, and maybe they wanted to like cut them off a little bit. I don't know how that works.
Back to Gothic therapy.
And if you've been feeling like YouTube just stopped working, you're not crazy. You're caught in a new system YouTube decided you didn't need to know about.
So smash that like.
Pretty much, as they're saying here, you need to actually now engage with the video. So, you better like and subscribe and activate the notification bell. Funnily enough, 35% of you, which is much higher than most people apparently, percentage-wise, actually have actually watched my videos, which is really interesting. Thank you for that. But yeah, the rules have changed.
Like button like it still means something. Because if you don't, this video will get buried like a corpse in YouTube's backyard when the neighbors aren't looking.
At first, we thought it was just a fluke. Views dropping, comments slowing, and shorts dying on impact.
But it wasn't just us. Small creators, mid-sized channels, even some of the big ones were all reporting the same thing.
The algorithm wasn't just misfiring, it felt different. And since it wasn't election season, some kind of mischief had to be afoot.
So, we did what any sane caffeinated couple with questionable sleep hygiene and schedules would do.
Recognize we're the problem and switch to decaf?
No.
They literally were about to write a dissertation on the YouTube algorithm. I could see that, though. I could see that. No one's scared of those gaining few coins. Everyone's scared of rich and influenced identities. Yeah, but the mass, the sheer mass can add up. And you don't want to cut off, like, smart-wise, right? You don't want to cut off the big content creators. Why would you? They also make you a lot of money. But the small ones, they kind of don't. They kind of don't. So I see it. I see it.
We reached out to friends. Because if we're not sleeping, why should they be allowed to?
That was not my idea, just for the record. But we asked for data, and our friends delivered.
Even at 4 a.m.
Bad kitty.
Meow.
We didn't want to jump to conclusions. YouTube's algorithm is about as reliable as a blind lawyer with anger issues.
I'm a really good lawyer.
So we pulled real...
Still more reliable than Twitch's. Because Twitch doesn't have an algorithm. Still more reliable, though.
Real data from 5 channels.
Channels of different genres, different sizes, and different upload schedules. It didn't matter. The numbers lined up like suspects in a police lineup.
Except every suspect was guilty. Top 20 videos in the past 90 days across 5 channels showed the same pattern and the same result.
There was a 96 to 100% correlation between total.
Interesting. Meow, from a goth. True. Interesting. Channel 1 at 1 million plus subs. Channel 2 at 100k plus subs. Channel 3 at 15k subs. Channel 4 at 250k subs. And Channel 5 at 60k subs. Interesting. Okay, was the engaged views. But the public views also align here. Interesting. Well, they slightly, here it's like different, but that's about it.
Total views and engaged views. If a viewer didn't actively engage with a video, their view no longer counted. At all.
YouTube changed what a view is. It was rolled out quietly, framed as a shorts update. But
bro, that is for a while in this case. This drop... Wait, when did the shorts update drop? About what? About 2 months ago, maybe? Actually, no. On the third. Okay. 3 months. About like 2.5, 3 months ago. No, 3.5 months ago. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I didn't notice that dip yet. That dip happened in, like, that fall off happened in, like, May. I saw a weird drop.
It's way bigger than shorts.
So, what is an engaged view? Well, it's the kind of view that YouTube actually counts now. Not the number you see on the public counter, but the number...
Okay, here we have it. Alt view system. Click. Results in view. Watch time results in a bonus. Engagement is helpful. Views equal exposure. Or like give exposure. Passive watching allowed. New view system. Click does not equal view. Watch time must be long. Engagement is required. No interaction, no view. And ghost views don't count. That means if you guys watch a video, any video of any content creator, and you watch it passively, they get nothing. Now the question is, how does that work? I don't think they go into that, but how does that work for monetization? But considering that that went down too, for me at least, there's a good chance that that also, basically they might steal from you.
where they track behind the scenes.
Basically, if someone clicks your video, watches most of it, and either likes, comments, or subscribes, congrats! That's an engaged view. Anything less might as well not exist.
And here's the twist. Based on the data, anything less than an engaged view actually does not exist anymore. Just a ghost in the algorithm.
That's why our numbers show a near perfect match between engaged views and total views, because they're now the same thing.
YouTube changed the rules. You don't get credit for being seen, only interacted with. It used to be engagement boosted a video, and now no engagement, no view. And
the more that knowledge becomes public, the worse it'll get. You get TikTok level YouTube. Everything's or Twitter, actually. Twitter level YouTube. Everything's rage bait. Everything's massive clickbait. Everybody tries you to engage. You will have a lot more people begging for likes, subs, shares, whatever. I wonder if sharing counts as engaged. I would assume so, though. I would assume so. You could use some enforcer rules they made to barely touch their good well-known users and make it harder for small beginners. Yet it's seen the new rule both hurt small and big platforms. Yep, that's sneaky. So sneaky. Yep, they did not inform anybody about this. Anybody. They did not inform. Like when I got the news for that short update, which by the way, for shorts, it actually incredibly. Oh, it's crazy. I had shorts whose numbers went through the roofs, which is interesting, and now it doesn't work anymore. So we allowed them to take down the dislike system, so maybe they can do it whatever now. Because that's I don't know. It's just interesting. Yet you can see some of this like with an extension, and it is rather accurate. Half the videos I see, I almost never react to it. Yeah, true. I like everything I can. Like I like everything I can now for the people I watch, because since I know this. I know big names talking about it. I don't know, because it's not really known. A few people reacted to it on Twitter though. So if a lot of people in knowledge of this. Sharing doesn't count if the other guy don't watch most of it. Leave a like and sub. I don't know. Would sharing be considered engaging? Because you could consider it engaging. I don't know.
End of story. Back in 2024, YouTube said they wanted to kill clickbait. And well, they did. They just covered up the murder, buried the body, and hoped no one would find it.
Until we dug it up. The corpse and the data doesn't lie. We tested this across 5 different YouTube channels from 15,000 subs to over 1 million.
We analyzed the top 20 videos on each. That's a total of 100 videos, which meant a lot of data and a lot of math.
That was the least fun part of this entire process.
Definitely. But the numbers were absolutely brutal. One video had over 100,000 public views and 98,900 engaged views. That's a 99% match.
Another had 8,000.
Damn. Interesting. Very, very okay. Okay. Yeah, the math is mathing. Okay. That means there's a problem. There's a problem. They definitely changed this.
200 total views and 8,050 engaged. That's nearly identical.
One smaller channel had 1,500 public views, and the engaged view count was 1,506. Somehow.
Huh? How can you wait? How can you have more? Huh? How can you have more people engage with your video than actually watch the video? How does that work?
Higher than the total.
Clearly, they're still working out the kinks from the system, but across all 5 channels, the average correlation was over 98%. That's not just weird. That's statistically impossible if YouTube was still counting normal views the way they used to.
Which means one thing. Public views and engaged views are now the same thing.
We can't confirm this 100% because YouTube hasn't said anything publicly, but the odds of this being random? About 0.0002%.
So either YouTube hasn't done it or YouTube has done it. But then 0.0002%. Yeah, that's kind of unlikely for that to happen. I guess here we have, like, the chance of this being normal is unlikely.
Which means a 99.9998% chance that we are right.
The math does not lie, but YouTube clearly does.
So, what does this mean? Simple. The old YouTube is gone. Red arrows, crazy facial expressions, and giant words aren't going to cut it anymore.
If your viewers don't engage, they don't count. And if they don't count, YouTube decides your content is not worth promoting.
And just to hammer it in, YouTube recently updated their monetization rules to punish videos that don't drive engagement. So if your viewers don't click, comment, or care, you don't just lose reach, you lose revenue too.
And maybe even worse, you lose.
That's a slight mistake. Basically just mass-produced content, and what mass-produced content means, content that is easy to produce and follows the same pattern. For example, reaction videos wouldn't fall into that category, but for example, AI-generated videos that follow the same pattern over and over again, that are mass-produced, that are easy to make, those get punished. It's mostly just to cut down on the AI stuff, but that's about it. As far as I've seen, nobody who, like, does, like, I've not seen Rosie Bell get punished, Smugalana, Kitsu, me. That hasn't happened yet. I mean, the update is out for 4 days, okay? 4 days. But still, we'll see. I was afraid at first, but it seems to be fine for now.
Lose visibility without even knowing it. Because if YouTube's only counting engaged views now, your actual view count could be double or triple what is showing. But if no one interacts, it's like those views never existed.
We're not here to fearmonger. We're here to warn you, because no one warned us.
So if you want to keep creators like us alive on this platform, smash that like button, leave a comment, and share this video with other creators.
You're not cursed. You're in the new tube.
And in the new tube, engagement.
If clickbait is dead, engage or die. I wouldn't say clickbait is dead, but the effects of it are a lot more mitigated than they were before. I mean, it was already kinda dead, considering that if you don't give it enough watch time, if you don't watch it long enough, the video just fucking gets evaporated from existence. Like, if you remember, guys, do not punish your content creator by clicking on a video, liking, and disappearing again. That harms the creator. And that's probably still the case now, regardless. But yeah, it's interesting to see that. It's crazy. I also wonder how that... What about ads on live stream? They should be fine. They should be fine. Most of those should be fine. Like, AI doesn't farm likes. They do well at what they... Therefore, well, that AI, these AI videos are dead, I would assume, thanks to that change of monetization.
Is mandatory.
So yeah, that's it for the video. That is interesting. Yeah. What do we do with that information? If you are a content creator, the only thing you can realistically do is get your viewers to like the video. That's realistically, and like streams and whatever else you're doing, that's the only thing you can do. And the other thing you can do is make more more interesting content that people may like. But even if content is interesting, I would actually argue that most people probably still won't like it or dislike it or whatever. I just think, like, I also think that dislikes will count as engagement and shares do count as engagement. I would say they're pretty much the same. Just open shorts, and every short is a ripoff with a duet with gameplay. YouTube ain't dealing with that shit. I mean, if it gets demonetized, it no longer gets made. Does disliking count as engagement? I would assume so, because I think in the algorithm, a dislike, and the algorithm doesn't differentiate between a dislike and a like. Because it's still engagement. I would assume. I would assume, as far as I'm aware, the algorithm still counts them the same. Except if they also secretly change that. But yeah. And as a viewer, the only thing you can do is like the videos that you watch. That's the only thing you can do. Or comment, or sub, or whatever. That's the only thing you can do. But we'll see how bad this actually gets.